And the battle between the Eagles and the Lions ended in favor of Nigeria. And that has backed Nigeria a quarter-final clash against the Bafana Bafana of South Africa. And that will be taking place on Wednesday. So today on this edition of Sport Village on Newsbreak TV, we'll be looking at the preview of that game. So I welcome you. My name is Oluwafemi Ashaolu. So today on the show, I have the usual suspects, James Agberebi and Gabriel Tucker. We'll be doing the business together. Guys, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's quickly go on this very short break. We'll see you on the flip side to do the business of the day. Welcome back, guys. It's still Sports Village on Newsbreak TV. Gabriel, I'll start with you. Our game against Cameroon, we survived the scare. At halftime, a lot of Nigerians were not really cool with the result. By the end of the day, we got the desired victory. Your take quickly.
I think, like what we were saying off air, so that's a tactical switch by Genetrop of Nigeria. The first half we started with a 4-2-3-1 formation, kind of the regulars. But some players were playing far apart, not playing close to goal, playing far away, and some were out of positions in marking. So second half, with Chukwueze coming in for Moses Simon, it changed to like a 4-1-4-1 formation, kind of. So Etebo was closer to goal. Igalo was closer, marking the center back, and Ndidi had the space and the time to just mark and pass. So that helped the game a lot. Igalo did something very great. It was not hanging on the central defender. He left the central defender and he was moving in between space. So he could now, that was where he was able to find the space to cause damage and wreak havoc.
Okay, James, South Africa against Egypt. A lot of us, the bookmakers had said Nigeria might probably meet the host, but South Africa shocked the Egyptians, and it actually tells what is possible against Nigeria. But quickly, your take. Do you think South Africa could actually knock out Egypt?
Honestly, it was a surprise for me because with the fans the Egyptian had, I think over 50,000-60,000 shouting on top of their voices. Because that's their style. They only believe that the fans, they believe they can always subdue anything. But unfortunately for them, they met an inspired South African team who never had it that good during the group stage. But when it comes to the second round, it's a different ballgame entirely. So for me, they made a shock. They didn't expect what they got that day. In terms of pace, the South Africa matched them in every aspect of the game. So for me, I think after they will still be feeling what they are still feeling the disappointment. So for me, kudos to the South Africans. They shocked me. I love the way they arranged themselves. They were tactically and technically sound that day. From the defense to the midfield up to the attack, they were just awesome that day. So it's a good one. It's painful now that the host is they are no more because of the hard party that we might experience in the tournament. But hey, I think from the second round we've been experiencing good football. So let's hope from the quarterfinals everything will continue like that.
Okay.
And just to quickly add to what he said, remember because of this disastrous defeat, the Egyptian FA president had resigned, and immediately the Mexican sacked everyone out. So that's to tell you how.
It's just the fallout of defeat anyway. Okay, quickly, Gabriel, we've met South Africa twice in recent times. We lost one right here in our backyard. Then we drew one in South Africa. What new thing do you think Rock can actually bring into this game, bearing in mind that Stuart Baxter has been able to turn this team around from the usual South Africa that Nigeria usually whip back and front?
Okay, from reports that we've gotten so far, indicating that General might actually change his formation.
Formation.
We already know he has always favored the 4-3-3 formation, and we are hearing that he might likely deploy a 3-5-2 formation,
Formation.
so that in order to curb the quickness of the South African wingers, especially, and then even their strikers who are playing like inverted wingers, kind of. So it's going to be very interesting to see. The battles also are going to be very interesting to see. For example, we want to see Igalo go up against the captain Tulani Ilswayo and then Bule Mukazani. And funny enough, both players also play for the same club, Big West
Yeah,
Beach.
of course.
So you understand
The
that
2016 PSL
understanding.
champions,
yeah,
yeah.
so that understanding is always
It's
going to be
already
there.
there.
So how can Igalo now really get advantage of that and say, oh, get advantage of the understanding
Penetrate
of the
the
two and
middle and see,
penetrate
yeah.
and see how that will be. That will be very interesting. Halati, the left back, who marshaled Salah
Salah.
away. So it's going to be interesting to see if General will want to play a Moses Simon as a defensive shield going forward, or want to start the ever so fan favorite right now, Samuel Chukwueze, and will he be able to get past that left back? So that is quite an interesting battle. And then in the midfield, you also have Dean Foreman, who has been like their general.
Yeah.
And then
You have
from
this-
the second game, Bogani Zungu came in. He has been adding
was
both
excellent
grit,
against Egypt.
both grit and creativity. So now, how can our own Ndidi, Wilfred Ndidi, and Ogene
Etebo.
with Iwobi handle him? How can they get past him and then also do their own job? So it's going to be very dicey, very, very explosive, potential explosive game to watch out for.
Okay, James, let me ask you, what formation do you think will actually suit that game? Would you want to try a Moses Simon who can actually fall back to help the right back, or Aziem? Or would you want to just go straight, like Gabriel said, try Samuel Chukwueze and just hit the South Africa on the break?
Yeah, for me, I think I would still want to fall back with the formation that we used against Cameroon, because Chukwueze is a fantastic player, who is a very exciting player, But this kind of game, you need someone that is experienced, and I think Moses Simon, sometimes he might be frustrating sometimes when he goes forward, But I think his defense. I think in terms of falling back to help the right back, he does that very well. So I feel Raw will want to still stick with him. Then maybe when the game gets to the second half and those crucial moments when you feel the defenders are tiring, I think that's the best time to bring someone like Chukwueze, who will be fresh and be able to take on his man. So for me, I think the first 11 against Cameroon, I think I can still
accommodate them.
Accommodate that first 11, and let's hope for the best, because from the quarterfinal now, anything.
I know you are really yearning to say something, but quickly, because of time, let me ask you: the goalkeeping department, it has continued to be a source of worry to many Nigerians. Most people blame Akpe for one of the goals against Nigeria, against South Africa, against Cameroon. Yeah. Now he's playing against a team that he knows some of the players quite well. What advice would you give Dan Akpe?
For Dan, he needs to be calm. He needs to be composed as a goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, you are the last line of defense. If you are irrational in terms of your behavior, if you are fidgeting, then you don't inspire confidence.
Some Nigerians call him shaky daddy.
Well, but if you are fidgeting, then you don't inspire confidence to the rest of the field. Unfortunately, too, you recall back the 2-0 defeat in Uyo.
Yeah.
He was at fault for the second goal. He was likely at fault for the second goal. Yes, his teammates let him down by going for, but his action, around was he able to protect his goal? And then we've seen a bit of very shaky and nervy moments
in this tournament
that we've to shout, hey. But I think for right now, this is the best of the best remaining in the tournament, this knockout stage.
So you need to be at your own personal best.
At your own personal best to ensure that you knock out people off. I think that does. And just to quickly highlight, we forgot to talk about the strikers. Lodge, who was the best player of the
who broke the heart of the Egyptians.
best player of the South African Premier League, those last season. There had been beckons on Stud Baxter to play. He played in,
He got the
you
chance
saw-
and he
our
played the
defense,
opportunity.
which has been a bit
Very
shaky,
shaky.
we need to be careful. Same with Motiba. Motiba too has been excellent this tournament. Yeah, he might not have gotten a lot of goals, but he has been a menace for defenders. We need to be very careful.
Okay, James, in 30 seconds, some Nigerians are calling on Genotro to bring in Ikechukwu Ezenwa for Daniel Akperin because they are saying that Akperin is very familiar with some of these players, and familiarity can actually cost them. And again, like we've said, he has not assumed confidence and courage in goal. So would you advise Raw to actually yield to that call?
No. I think you should still stick with Daniel. I think before the tournament, he already had it in mind that Daniel Akperin will be his number one. Fine, Ezenwa was in goal because that was an inconsequential game, so he decided to try out Ezenwa. So for me, fine, Daniel Akperin, I think he will want to. This is like a challenge for him now because the last time he met this same team, he lost 2-0. So I think he has everything to prove.
Okay.
So for me, I should still stick with it. It's not about experimenting now. We are in the thick of the action now. So we all know now that Dan Akpe is number one. So you have to.
If not is broken, you don't have to fix it. You don't have to change a winning team.
Yeah.
Okay. So we wish the Super Eagles of Nigeria all the best. The game is just a couple of hours away when Nigeria will be fighting for a semi-final ticket in the ongoing 2019 AFCON and in Egypt. And very quickly, it's the sweet fairy tale of Koko Gorigov at Wimbledon has come to an end. 15-year-old who made an entrance very, very glorious. Roger Federer, Serena Williams, they backed her to go for glory, but unfortunately, but I know we all know that she will definitely return to her best. Of course, so that is the size of the show today, guys. Once again, I say thank you very much for coming on the show. And for people outside, behind the scene who actually make this show, I think when we say thank you very much. And for you out there watching us, we appreciate you for your time. Until we come your way again, I will say bye for now. I remain Oluwafemi Ashaolu, and we wish the Super Eagles of Nigeria all the best.